welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well, and our regular feature where we look at the home programmes, the match day programme watch for the home version. But we just have a flick through, see what's out there. If you want to purchase these copies, you can buy them just as a one-off, or you can subscribe. I'll give you the details in a moment. So we're going to have a look at City versus Fulham, of course, from Bonfire Night, or Bonfire Day, Bonfire Night, 5th of November 2022, match day 13, of course, of season 22-23, part 1, as it almost reaches its climax, or damp squib, whichever way you want to look at it. Yes, £4 for 84 pages, so we're going to have a look at this. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. It's great to have you on board. If you're not already, pass the word, spread the word. We do City past, present and forever, of course, and if you get a chance, if you're on YouTube or Twitter yourself, you know you like likes or the thumbs up. So give us a thumbs up. It's great. Great to get lots of views, but it's nice to get thumbs up as well. So if you can do that for me, just hit it now before you listen on in. Right? Yes, it is available, as I said, on subscription from www.reachsportshop.com. 26 issues for £97.50. If you're outside of the UK, it's £65 in the EU, another £80 for the rest of the world. And you do get all the Champions League games as well. Obviously, there will be at least one coming up, won't there, with Salzburg. Is it Leipzig? Leipzig? I can't remember which one it is now. The German ones, anyway. Is it Leipzig, not Salzburg? That's the other guy. That's the Australian. That's the Austrian one, isn't it? I'm cracking up, guys. Don't worry. It's getting late. It's getting late when I'm doing this. So yeah, they're actually £1 dearer. So if you do subscribe, you will actually get the benefit of the same price. So you do make a bit of a saving. And there's also, if you go onto the site reachsportshop.com, you have the opportunity of buying 12 as well. You don't have to do the 26 subscription. You can buy 12 for £45. So still saving yourself £3 overall. And you'd have to just check for the rest of the world and the EU on that one. So that's a good, and you can buy them on their own as well. You can buy just a copy if you want this. If you're interested in some of the articles in this, you can just buy it on its own. There we go. We're on the cover. We've got Alvarez, who managed to get on the score sheet, so that was good. We've got all the regular stuff, which I don't go into any detail on because it's pretty mundane usually. Unless there's anything specific, I will tell you. But you've got your Pep stuff, you've got your Buzzer stuff, you've got your City Women, your under-18s, EDS, lots of pictures of matches, old matches, etc. And then the first real thing is a player feature on Julian Alvarez. And what I'll do before we leave today, I'll read you a little excerpt on that and how he's sort of coping with Haaland and being compared to him and playing alongside him. So I'll have a little look at that in a bit. Kevin Cummings is a regular course. He goes back in time to 2005 when he visited a Mr. Sir Peter Blake. There you go. You might not know who he is. I'll tell you a little bit more in a second. He's got a studio in Hammersmith, obviously not far from Fulham. That's the whole idea of what Kevin Cummings does in these programmes, nearby the opponents, whoever we're playing. He's best known, actually, Mr. Blake, Sir Peter Blake is best known for his Sergeant Pepper album sleeve design. So there you go. So he's a bit of an artist, more ways than one. I don't know the guy. So yeah, the Sergeant Pepper album sleeve for the Beatles. So Kevin Cummings shows some images, etc. from that. Head-to-head today, where they take a City player and take him against a Fulham player. You've got Gundogan versus Harrison Reed. Yeah, Reed had 4 years at the Saints before he moved on loan to Fulham in the 19-20 season, and then he joined Fulham and scored his first Fulham goal in September at Forest in a 3-2 win. Double agents. This looks at guys who played for us and Fulham, but it's a bit of a change this time. It's a manager. Yes, it's Kevin Keegan as a manager, not as a player. So more on that as well before we go. I'll give you a little excerpt from that piece about Kevin's start in life as a manager, etc. X and the City features. Yes, Nigel Gleghorn. If you look at my history blogs about goalkeepers, players standing as goalkeepers, he did it a couple of times. Yeah, he had emergency goalkeeping duty. Certainly one was for Andy Dibble. I'm not too sure of the other one. But yeah, certainly more than once he stepped in the breach, but he's in the X and the City feature. Kitted out with the wonderful Marc McCarthy, of course, looks at the Reebok kits, which lasted 4 seasons, and there were 7 shirt designs in that period, so he looks at that. Dr. Gary James looks at the City rivalry, as in the City of Manchester, although, you know, United are in Manchester, really. But anyway, he looks at the rivalry between us and United and the fortunes on and off the pitch over both clubs' incredible histories. Matchmaker picks out 10 standout games for one of our players, and today it's Cancelo. I didn't realise he played for all these teams. He played for Benfica, Valencia, Portugal, Inter Milan, Juve, and of course City. Yeah, I wasn't aware of a couple of those guys he played for. He's been around a bit. I wonder, did he get taught his defending abilities at Juventus? I mean, they're quite defensive usually, aren't the Italian teams? But it didn't do much good, did it? No. Sorry, I don't mean it, Cancelo. You're okay. I've just not forgive you for getting sent off against Fulham just quite yet. Back to the Alvarez article. We'll have a look at this. And when he was questioned about teaming up with Haaland, we'll just have a quick look at what he says. He says, I need to focus on myself. Erling is a great player. He has shown it before in all of the clubs he has been at. He's always scored a lot of goals. He's a great striker, but I don't have to focus on him. I want to focus on myself now and work hard in training. I have to be ready in all the training sessions, be ready for the manager. And when I have the opportunity to play, contribute my best for the team. Those contributions are starting to mount up, not least when he scored twice and Haaland grabbed a hat-trick in the 6-0 league win over Forest at the Etihad. That was some way for Alvarez to mark his first league start as Guardiola opted to partner him alongside Haaland in something resembling a 4-4-2 formation. However, Alvarez's versatility suggests he could be handed a variety of different roles and assignments before the season is completed. I think I can play in different positions in the centre or also on the wings, he said. I feel very comfortable playing close to the box because it helps me score goals. But if I have to play different positions, I can adapt. I am very versatile and I would highlight that versatility. Personality, obviously, my aim is to play a lot and contribute my game to this club and collectively as a team. I want to win trophies, win the Premier League, win the Champions League and all trophies possible. So say all of us. But I feel very comfortable. My teammates, the coaching staff, and all the people working the club have treated me really well since I arrived. I feel fine. All of which adds up to a happy transition to life in England so far for the young striker, who certainly sounds like he has his old head on young shoulders when talking about the targets for the short term in Manchester. I want to keep learning and growing things in my game, he said. I want to keep growing, not only as a player, but also as a person. I listen to everything Pep tells me. He has talked to me a lot since the beginning, giving me tips to improve my game, asking me about my personal life, and so on. He wants to make sure I'm comfortable on and off the pitch. I'm delighted with him, and I'm adapting to the city and the club little by little. Little song in there, isn't there? So there you go, a little piece on Alvarez. And before we go, let's have a look at double agents. So Mr. Kevin Keegan, let's have a look at his little bit of history on, a little bit of a profile, if you like. One of the greatest players of his generation, Kevin Keegan never actually kicked a ball for City. Well, he probably did, but not in a first team sense, or Fulham. But he certainly made his mark as manager of both clubs. The Yorkshireman enjoyed a glorious playing career, predominantly with Liverpool, where he won 3 league titles and the European Cup before moving to Hamburg SV in Germany, Southampton, and Newcastle, where he helped the Geordies win promotion to the top flight in 1984. The forward, capped 63 times by England, slipped into retirement but made an emotional return as Newcastle manager in 1992, where he spent 5 eventful years. After leaving the North East, Keegan was first appointed Chief Operating Officer and then manager at Creighton Cottage in 1997 and enjoyed his greatest achievement 2 years later. In that 98-99 season, Fulham were runaway champions of the third tier of English football with 101 points, while City also won promotion via a legendary playoff final. Keegan left Craven Cottage for the England job before resuming his club career with the Blues in the summer of 2001. And at the first attempt, City stormed to the First Division title, gaining promotion back to the Premier League, where he spent the best part of the next 3 seasons. Well, there you go. Double agents Kevin Keegan, my thanks. There's the City programme. As I say, you can buy it for £4 plus £1.50 postage from www.reachsportshop.com, or you can get those subscriptions. Hope you enjoyed that. Yes, a good issue. Some good articles in that one. There's sometimes a bit better than others. That's one of the better ones. So hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your comments if you bought it. And of course, I'll be back with the last programme before the old World Cup break, which will be Brentford at home, won't it? So I'll be back with that. and lots of, obviously, during the World Cup, lots of City stuff, history stuff, of course. We never shut here at the Citizen channel below for you, even though City aren't playing. You know, we're keeping one eye on our players and seeing how they're going on, but there'll be plenty of history stuff over the next few weeks. Thanks for joining me, guys. Until we meet again, and that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.